Rivas to Rivas. So we're going to go from senior. He's going to come in, and junior's going to bring him in. Junior, come on up here. It's just Rivas. When I first came here, between the novice and the Rivases, I can't keep up with all of them. There's just so many, but here you go. This guy's a bad dude too. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Nothing, brother. All right, go ahead, take it away.
Well, I hope to be faster than Coach Dudley as well. So. Just coming here tonight, seeing family and friends, coaches of mine that I had an opportunity to play for, teammates that are here, other players that I recruited. I have an opportunity to coach at the college level, the Brad Bakers of the world, some of those guys. It's just really good to be here. This is what Runyon was all about, and I think that's what my dad's vision was, along with the rest of the board's members, was just the camaraderie and the friendships and the lifelong experiences. I want to share a quick little quote that I found from the one and only Yogi Berra. He said, "Little League Baseball is a very good thing." He says, because it keeps the parents off the street. and I think that's how it started with this board back in 1980. That was around my junior, senior year. And, all these guys that I've known growing up, just because, they're my friends' parents. And those group of guys, if they had nothing to do, they needed something to do. Bad things happen when they have idle times on their hands. So I think glad they decided to get involved with Runyon Field and baseball, because they were able to do a lot of great things. Like Joe Antonuccio said, and Coach Dudley said that they were doers. They got things done, and they got it done the right way. My dad, his obligation, because I was a baseball player, but then later I finished my career, and my coaching career moved me up north to teach up there. He continued on his duties at Runyon Field. And one of the biggest things he did was keeping score and announcing the games. And he dragged my mom along. Mary, if you don't know Mary, I know all the sports writers did. Jeff Latowski, Judy Hildner, and Joe Serby. And in those days that when Dave Socher was covering the games, because my mom used to feed him all the time. She would bring food up to the press box. And so she had to bring a little bit more when Socher came. She was happy to do that. She loved that. She always wanted to help people. My dad was the same way. He wanted to help any way he could and make that connection with people. So when they come back to Runyon Field, he wanted them to have a good experience so they'd come back. Especially because, they had to get up to the press box. And I don't know if you've ever been up the stairwell in the back of the press box. It's two, 3 stories high, and it's just the middle. It's almost a ladder that goes up. It's not like a fire escape where you got the switchbacks back and forth. It's just straight up. And my mom and dad were climbing up there. Some days doing triple hitters on a Saturday, all high school games. And there's no restroom up there, so they have to go up and down all day. My dad would go down and get the lineup from the teams and then take it back up there and announce the games. But it was just a passion. It became a labor of love for him and my mom and dad, and it was always just fun to go and see people, see their friends, and make that good experience for the visitors that came to Runyon that never experienced it before. Just a quick little quote. The time I was recruiting Brad Baker to UNC, one of the things he told me was, I really love when your dad would say those little remarks at the end of an inning or something. And I just want to say that, he always would give that little got him, at the end of an out or the end of the third out. He just brought that little flair to the game. So I feel really blessed. Where's Darnell when I need my simmering, you know? But to introduce my dad to the Runyon Field Hall of Fame. I got him a little glove for all those gloves that I lost. Those gloves that he paid for that I lost throughout the days. I got him a little glove. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, Carl, for the great introduction. Now you know why I love my family so well. You know, you listen to Ray and Richard about Runyon Field, and I was very glad to be part of it. You can't believe we were the board that went to sit down and talk about things. We worked. I remember one time we decided we had to get bigger. We've got to get bigger and bigger. We had more kids to work with. So we decided to build another field, the anti-neutral field. Nothing there, nothing but weeds. We finally had to give grader to go out and grade the field. Very good, all machinery, but it wasn't quite ready, so we decided the only way it would be ready if we went to work. Saturdays, Sundays, we would go to the field, get a bucket and a rake, and go pick up rocks. And we had a lot of fun too. But you know, my job was to take care of the umpires and do some announcing. I'd like to at this time give you a grand tour of how to get on top of the roof. We climb up to the last step, go outside, and there's a 25-foot ladder to get to the roof. Well, once we managed to get to the roof, we were wondering how in the world are we going to get to the announcer's booth. Wind was blowing about 20, 30 miles an hour. Didn't know whether we get blown off or not. But we made it to the booth. Later on, when the wind would kick up to another 40 miles an hour, the shack would shake. Right, rattle and roll. We were wondering whether we'd be able to get out. Well, we did get out. Sometimes we had some problems. I had a lot of friends that would help me out. You know what they would do? When they get to the gate on top, they'd lock it. So we got through announcing. We didn't have a phone up there. So Mom and I, my wife, worked alongside with me. God bless you. But anyway, how in the world are we going to get out with the gate locked? No telephone. So I'm over there, hey, somebody come and help us, we can't get down. Well, somebody would finally come and open the gate. But the best part of being an announcer, and I must say, my English teacher probably turned over the grave lots of times. Because pronunciation was never one of my best deals. An example I was telling you. Priscilla family, never borrow your leg for a while. I bet you 99 people never knew how to even spell Priscilla. They go pronounce it. And man, I know they had a hard time. Another one is Hispanic name. The boy just go and say, Mr. Rivas, pronounce it Mondragon. I said, okay, all right. So by the time I got downstairs, and I was met by one of the parents, Mr. Rivas, you mispronounced your name, my name. I said, what is your name? Mondragon. So you see the fun I had with it. I was very proud to work with Ray and Rich, and Rich was always a good example. He still has hair. I don't know how You always worry about where are we gonna get money to send teams all over the state. Somehow or other, he managed it. He did a great job, and I'm very glad to be part of this wall. Thank you much.
Congratulations, Carmen. Tell you what, hey, Carmen, I see it. Good job there. We spent hundreds of hours together at Dutch Clark Stadium in the ballpark, and always had great stories. It kind of taught me the ins and outs of this town too, so very happy for him and the awesome family there. So who's up next here?